I want to tell you my story. I was one of the few persons that couldn't get admission into the university immediately after secondary school. In fact, I finished my secondary school 2004 and was able to gain admission into the university 2010. That's an interval of like 6 years. After touring from one university to the other looking for admission, it was all in vain. But the person God used for me was the least person I ever expected. I went to a boarding school. Those of us that went to a boarding school, we have the idea of how seniors treat juniors. You have the idea of how some seniors bully their juniors. Anyway, I was not one of them, and that was what God used for me. Fast forward to 2009, I was connected with a woman in one of the universities in the northern part of Nigeria. I traveled down to meet with the woman. So fortunately for me, when I got there, I met this little girl that used to be my junior in my secondary school days. In fact, when she was in GSS2, I was already rounding up my secondary school. That means I was in SS3. But just because of the way I am and the nature God has given me, I don't bully my junior ones. When she saw me, she asked me a question. Sister, what are you doing here? I asked her, what are you doing here too? She said she's running a program in one of the universities in that state. In fact, she's rounding up already. What an irony of life. This was my junior that I was 4 years ahead. Now she's rounding up in the university. Why I am still running from pole to pole, looking for admission, looking for a way to get into the university. And she asked me, Sister, what are you doing here? Reluctantly, I told her, I'm here to look for admission into the university. And she told me to my face, she said, don't worry, I will tell my auntie to help you. And that was all. I was able to gain admission into the university in that same state, 2010. Though I did remedial and I also wrote JAM. I got 2 courses in the same school. When I went to the auntie after everything to tell her thank you, and she told me my cousin was always on my neck. She kept on saying, you must help that sister. She's a nice person. You must help that sister. She's a nice person. And that was one thing that motivated her to help me. Now, where am I heading for? Why am I telling you those stories? Learn to treat people with respect, no matter who they are, no matter where they're coming from, because you never can tell what the future may bring. That cook in your house, that gate man at your gate, and that house girl, please treat them with care and treat them with respect. You never can tell. They may be of help to you in the future. Let us assuming I have maltreated that same girl because I was her senior those years. I'm very sure the moment she saw me, the memories will flow back to her head. And who knows what would happen next.